This recording was produced by Oregon Trail Baptist Church. If you'd like to get more recordings, or to leave your feedback, please visit us at www.otbchurch.com or write us at P.O. Box 298, Guernsey, Wyoming 82214. We look forward to hearing from you, and we hope that today's recording will not just challenge your thinking, but will transform your life.
All right, let's get started this morning. We are on the Ten Commandments, so let's get started with Exodus 20.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maid servant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maid servant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Exodus 20 verses 3 through 17.
This is one of those commands that on the surface, we probably all think, I haven't done that. And yet, as we get through this command gets a little deep. As I introduce this commandment, it's a simple command. Exodus 20 verse 13, thou shalt not kill. And yet it's been misconstrued as a reason against capital punishment, as a reason against eating meat, and even for pacifism. So I've included some comics right there in the front with the lamb on the altar saying, hold on there, pal. It specifically says here, thou shalt not kill. In my opinion, that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for interpretation. Okay, so Which, this type of discussion is out there. Can you think of any religious groups that forbid all killing, even of animals? What's that? Jehovah's Witnesses? They do? Okay. Okay. They're very pacifist, as well as, you said they don't kill animals? I thought they ate meat. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I know Seventh-day Adventists don't eat meat.
Okay.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Most of them are vegan. They even have vegan classes.
Gotcha. So you have that. You also have Hinduism, which you can't. Puritans, they wouldn't eat meat?
Yeah, they wouldn't go to war. No.
Oh, they wouldn't go to war. Okay, they would eat meat, but they wouldn't go to war. So there becomes this kind of fuzziness of where's the line of killing? Because, okay, we have human life, obviously. We have animal life. And then there's some people, the kids could probably tell me the term. Was it pescatarian? Which they won't eat meat except they will eat fish. You guys remember that term? I don't remember. Yeah, they'll eat fish, but they won't eat any other meat. And then you have, and I'm just going to throw this out there too. When you go to the store and you're going to buy a product to kill the grass in a certain spot, it's called weed or grass killer. So you're killing something, right? It's a living thing, is it not? Yes, it's not living in the same way a human or an animal, but it's a biological living process. So it gets a little fuzzy. I also included here, this gets thrown in as trying to cite how Christians are schizophrenic or hypocritical with the church sign that says thou shalt not kill, and then on the bottom support our troops. You know, that how can you justify these two? As one scholar put it, he said the sixth commandment prohibits killing, which is ironic given the amount of violence contained in the Old Testament. And there's a lot of truth there. When you think through the Old Testament stories, can you think of any stories that involve violence and killing? Okay, it's every book of the Old Testament probably contains one or two or more killings or series of conquests. So it's important that we dissect this command properly. So page 2 here, the key words used in Hebrew for this idea, the first, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce them, I don't know Hebrew, but the word for kill means, first of all, to take any life, whether human or animal. It can refer to both. It means taking a human life either deliberately or by accident. And it can mean taking a human life legally or illegally, morally or immorally. The word for murder, it's the illegal or immoral taking of human life. Now, I'm going to add to this a little. It can also refer to manslaughter or the accidental taking of human life. But we'll kind of save that for a little bit. We have a similar thing in English. Okay? Which would you say? Would you say I killed a mosquito or I murdered a mosquito? Okay, so, and I thought about that because the word murder is coming in more, and that's where language is changing. But in general, you would say, I killed a mosquito, not I murdered a mosquito, right? In general. Morning, Jim.
Morning.
Yes. It's meant to be killed.
To some degree, mosquitoes are meant to be killed.
Yes, so
Like thistles and those things.
would you say the worker was accidentally killed or the worker was accidentally murdered?
That could be either. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where in our English understanding, murder comes with intent and premeditation, or there's a deliberateness to it. How about I sprayed or killed sections of the lawn, or the spray murdered sections of the lawn? Now it's usually going to be killed unless you did such a bad job with your spray, you murdered it, okay? And that would kind of get into the realm of how we use the term butchered, all right? What, babe?
Back to the mosquito.
Oh, boy.
There's often we murdered the mosquito because
Okay, but yes,
There's nothing wrong with killing.
I knew this was going there. Yeah. But in general, how we use these terms, we even in English delineate between general killing and murder. Most modern translations here don't use the term kill. Most of them use murder. Now, does that mean the King James was a bad translation? No, because kill in 1610 or in 11 meant the same as murder back then. But the word has evolved to be different things, and now as we have evidence of the discussion we just had, it could be merging back together. This is the joy of language. One word changes over time, hence, yeah. So, a few quotes here. Homicide is a person's killing of another person, and murder is a homicide done unlawfully and with malice aforethought. So, some conclusions about what thou shalt not kill actually means. It doesn't mean we need to be vegetarians. I'm very thankful for this, but if it meant we had to be vegetarians, Israel wouldn't have eaten meat. But they ate meat. The whole Passover system was killing a lamb and eating it as a family. They had the whole sacrificial system, which the comic on the front plays into that, where there's a whole sacrificial system which involved killing of animals. And Israel did that. It's important to recognize in creation, between Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, the way it's structured, it puts man at the peak of creation. Man's life is more valuable than animal life. It's more valuable than plant life. Now, is there an extreme that someone can run to with that, what I just said? Okay, and what would that extreme be? Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, and that's where, as humans, we're not just given the fact that our life is more valuable than any other biological life here on Earth, but we're also given a job no other biological life is given. And what is that job? Dominion or stewardship. So that means we are to, in some way, take care of the earth, the resources, the trees, the plants, the animals. We are to care for it, but we are not prohibited from using it. It's kind of the argument against conservation versus just roping everything off and not touching it. Okay, both are probably good. It's probably good to have some parks where nothing's really touched for several years and seasons of But at the same time, you say there's no hunting, there's no this at all. That's taking away the dominion factor that God's given us. So, thou shalt not kill. What?
We call it animal husbandry.
Yeah.
You maintain,
Yeah.
have plant hunts in order to control.
Yes. Yeah. So, it doesn't mean we need to be vegetarians. It doesn't mean there should not be